What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm B-Man X45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have another deck profile for the RB1 slash Starter Deck 15-16 format for the Digimon TCG. And it wasn't one I was planning on doing, but I had heard that the new ST15 support had really made Greymon decks a little bit better, given some cool new tools and options. And so I have my own version of what I would like to play with the new support. This is a BlackWarGreymon deck, a WarGreymon deck, but it's a primarily BlackWarGreymon deck. So that's what we're doing here. It's a black deck. You didn't get a black deck last format because I did Royal Knights as my black deck. So here's the black deck last format. I will be uploading that purple deck profile, I promised, but unfortunately the ST16 support is not as good as we hoped, especially with the hits and the ban list. And we're still waiting for a bunch of cards in EX5. So I'll just kind of give you my deck list of what I'm kind of playing right now, testing, helping me learn all the abilities and stuff like that. But that's going to be less of a kind of a tier 1.5 or high tier 2 deck or better, and probably more like a low tier 2 deck. But this one is actually a very competitive deck. This one will actually do really great in the format. So I wanted to go show that off because I think this would be a strong contender. It would have a decent chance at putting up a fight if you took it to regionals. It's not one of the best decks, but it has some really great cards in it. So without further ado, let's get into it. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Without further ado, we are going to get into it. We have our 4 Koromon eggs. The draw power is a little bit more important in this deck. You have plenty of ways of gaining DP, so you don't actually need more DP, you just need to draw into your pieces. So simple and effective, right? Then for our rookies, we're going to start off. We have 4 of the Searcher Agumon from BT12, real top 4. Add a Greymon or Omnimon and add a Tamer with Tie in its name. Really good, plus you get 1000 DP. There you go. There's already 1000 DP to make up for not running the other egg. We play 4 copies of Agumon X-Antibody. Again, really good. This has got a lot of free draws, summons, so it searches you your Greymon pieces and your X-Antibody, and and of course my other 2 are in the Shine Greymon deck, so I couldn't put all my alts in this. And then we have 3 of the new Agumon from the starter deck, which is start of your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. So that's kind of cool if you bring them out and start going up the stack. And then he Digivolves 0 cost on a Koromon, so you don't care it's red. When an attack target is switched, gain 1 memory once per turn, inheritable. You can do a lot of attack switching in this, so that's really, really good. And we don't. The one thing about him is he is bad if you don't draw into any of your other Greymons. If you draw into your Greymon X-Antibody, the red guy, he can be bad, but we'll go a little further into that. Lastly, I like 12 rookies. So I play 1 of the promo Agumon, which is a plus 2000 DP, so it's got really good, I could have played the BT5 Searcher. I felt like this guy was better. Because the Searcher can put your Tamers on the bottom of your deck, whereas this guy gets you yours. So I think the DP gives you a nice rounded out 12th guy. So that's it for the rookies. For the champions, play 2 of the Greymon BT12, which if you don't have a tie in play when you play him, you get a free tie. That's really great. Digital also 2 on an Agumon, so it could be red or black. And all turns plus 1000 DP, really great. We're playing 4 of the new Greymon from the starter deck. Digivolves from a level 3 with Agumon in its name, so it can Digivolve from any of your Agumons, don't care. Security, if it gets hit off security, you may play 1 tie or 1 Tamer card with Tai Kami in its name from your hand or trash without paying the cost. So if your ties go to trash and he gets hit off security, you can play your tie or an Agumon from trash. Really, really good. He's got a blocker, which, that doesn't come up that much, but whatever. But he's also got the same inheritable as the Agumon from the deck. When an attack target switch, gain a memory. So good memory gain right there. And then we play 3 of the Greymon X-Antibody from BT9. Again, this is the one that if you don't have any of your other Greymons and you hit him and you have the black Agumon, then you're in a little bit of a spot. But we only play 3 and 3, so it doesn't come up as much as you'd think it would. And generally, you don't want to have to Digivolve in this guy. Hopefully, you want to get one of your other guys, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. And then as our last target, we play one of the Greymon X-Antibody from BT11 because he makes all of your level 5s really cheap. He's broken. That's why he's at 1. So another 10. Which I always like 10 is a good number for level 4s. I like to run more if you can, but 10 I feel is like a minimum standard number you have to run sometimes just to break even. And then getting into our level 5s, we play the BlackWarGreymon from BT12. So he has Raid, so you can switch target to one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. So this is where your inheritables come off, switching targets, gaining your memory. He's got all turns once per turn when an attack target is switched. You may play a black or red tamer card with the cost of 4 or less from your hand without paying, so he pays your types for free. And you also has the inheritable, while this Digimon has Greymon or Omnimon, its name, gain piercing. So it's got piercing, so you can get those awesome checks. We play 3 BlackWarGreymon X-Antibody. Really great D-Digivolves if you have a X-Antibody or a Greymon under him. And pop something 6,000 or less. And it also has the inheritable, the really great inheritable, that when a Digimon becomes unsuspended, if this Digimon has Greymon or Omnimon in its name, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So really good with this deck, being able to, unsuspend and stuff like that. It puts a lot of pressure on your opponent on their turn. And then we play 1 copy of the BlackWarGreymon X-Antibody from BT9 because it gives you a little bit more aggression. You can go security plus and potentially just kind of try and win for game if you think you have the scenario that is most favorable. So I like 1 copy of that just because it evens things out. And then that's it for our ultimates, just the 8. Getting into the megas, we play 2 BlackWarGreymon. I was thinking about 3, but I really wanted to keep the number of my rookies up. But we'll see how I feel after testing the deck a little bit more. Maybe I could drop this Agumon for another copy, but I think 2 is a pretty good number. So he's 1 Digivolving. If this Digimon has a red Digivolution card or black, you get to choose any of your opponent's Digimon and or Tamers if it's black, Digimon if it's red. You're always going to have a dual colored card in there. Pretty much, yeah, you're always going to have a dual colored card in there, so it doesn't really matter. Add up to 6 or less, so he lets you pop Tamers, he lets you pop Digimon. He's really good at clearing the Tamer board. And then when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, unsuspend this Digimon. Really good. And then we play 2 of the BlackWarGreymon X-Antibody. He's basically the main focus of the deck because now you got those memory gain abilities. So when you all turns, you get those abilities. So basically what happens is your opponent goes to their turn, you unsuspend this guy, trash a card with the BlackWarGreymon X-Antibody from BT11, and then when your opponent's turn, when your opponent's Digimon with the highest DP attacks, you may switch the attack target to this Digimon. It also has when a Digimon becomes unsuspended, if this Digimon has BlackWarGreymon or X-Antibody Digivolution cards, you may delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost. So you got a lot of cool options. You can switch the attack target to him, making it so that your opponent really has to watch out what they're doing because they could, you could basically block with him, switch the target to him, and then your memory gain abilities go off, putting it into your turn. So really good stuff, really strong. We also play 2 of the Raid WarGreymon from BT12 because, again, this has a lot of aggression in it as well as a lot of defensive. You basically play defensive until you can go all out and kill your opponent. And it's got Reboot and it's got Raid, so it can get all those switching abilities. and it unsuspends when it's switched. So gain memory, unsuspend, really good. You love to see it. Last monsters we play are 2 copies of Omnimon, one Omnimon Blitz, one Omnimon X-Antibody, because this can help you go for game. If you don't quite have the entire stack gone, you can Blitz Omnimon, and if you have X-Antibody in the thing, you can then go into Omnimon X-Antibody, and you can trash their card, attack for game. So it's a nice, cool combo. You have lots of cards that search this, so it's worth playing a couple copies. Onto the Tamers now. We play 3 of the new tie from ST15. Start of your turn, Memory Tamer. And when the attack target is switched, all turns when the attack target is switched by suspending this Tamer, draw 1, and one of your Digimon gets 2000 DP until the end of the turn. So that's even during your opponent's turn, so that's really good. And then we play 3 of the Tai Kamiya from BT12, which on play main phase, one of my Digimon with Agumon or Greymon in its name gains 1000 DP and gains blocker. So you give your big guy blocker, and then he can just block regardless, and then use his ability to switch too. And then when one of your Digimon digivolves into a Digimon with Greymon or Omnimon its name, by suspending this Tamer, gain 1 memory. So it makes all your Digivolution costs cheaper. I do play 1 Tai Kamiya from BT1. Gives you a little bit more aggression. And, you know, another Memory Tamer. You can play it for free, so I thought, why not? It gives you a little bit more aggression with your stack, being able to do early security pushes and potentially get game with the Raid WarGreymon and unsuspending, which can be really good. And yeah, and then I play 2 Cool Boy. Cool Boy's amazing. You kind of got to play him. He's really good. I like him at 2. I know a lot of other people play 3. If I don't end up liking the tie, I think I would drop the red tie for a third Cool Boy. But right now I like 2 of this. I find like that's a good number. I've played a lot of times where I only play 2 Cool Boy and I feel good about it. Sometimes I'll play 3 just because I want to see it more. But I feel like 2 is a pretty good number, and the tie, I wanted to just try that out because I think it pairs well with the deck. The only real changes I'd make to the deck potentially are the Agumon for a third BlackWarGreymon and the tie for a Cool Boy. But I'm really liking the deck the way it is right now, so that's kind of where I want to keep it right for now. Last 3 cards we have 2 copies of X-Antibody, 1 copy of Hades Force. Hades Force is amazing. It literally killed me a couple games against a WarGreymon player in security 2 times in a row. He got this in security. He only plays 1. So it's just hilarious. But yeah, that's the deck, guys. That is the WarGreymon deck. So let's, BlackWarGreymon, really good stuff. I'm enjoying it. It's got some really cool control as well as some really good aggression. And it's just a fun black deck. So tell me what you guys think. Do you like the deck profile? Do you think that this could, top regionals? It's a very competitive deck. It has lots of good cards in it. It's very consistent. So, with that being said, tell me what your guys' thoughts are and what changes you would suggest I'd make if you didn't like any of the choices I picked. But looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day, and that's all for now, folks.